Hi friends, how's it going? So I'm all sweaty because I'm just back from a bike ride. And today I want to show you, or introduce, I suppose, one of the bicycles that I love dearly and tell you why I love it. So here we go. This is my specialized Tarmac SL3. So I bought this bike maybe 6 months ago, 4 months ago, somewhere in there. And it's a pretty light bike. You can easily lift it with two fingers. One is sufficient, honestly. It's a nice, pretty light carbon bike. The whole frame is carbon, and pretty much everything on here is stock. The wheels, the Fulcrum Racing 4 wheels, are pretty strong, pretty decent set of wheels. The frame itself, obviously, this carbon seat post. And I hadn't ridden carbon a lot before riding bikes like this, and having a carbon seat post really does absorb a lot of the road shock. I guess with the force coming up through the saddle here, the carbon tends to dissipate some of that, it seems. Again, this sweet saddle is stock too. I really like to have a saddle that has a cutout in the middle. I find it much more comfortable for your sit bones to sit about right here on either side of this cutout. Takes a lot of pressure off the bottom, in my opinion. And me personally, I like to have a pretty hard saddle. So this one it has a little bit of a sort of gel-like foam quality around here where the sit bones go, but the rest of it is pretty hard. It's not super hard, but it's pretty hard for sure. The guy I bought it off of had a very, very small stem, and like a stem that points way up, and it was probably only about 80 millimeters or something like that. So I did replace that, and that stem that he had on there was not stock, but I did replace that stem with this Ritchie stem here, and I like it pretty good. The important thing is that it puts the handlebars in the right position. So this Ritchie stem is one of these that you can have facing upwards in the position it is right now, and it's slightly angled upwards, or you can actually flip the stem and it will be more around this position right here and drop the handlebars lower. For me, it's a perfect stem for this bicycle because it puts the handlebars where I need them, which at my current level of fitness and flexibility is about a little bit lower than this gives you a fairly good idea. I got my seat about right there and my handlebars about right there. My other bicycle, I'll show you later, and the handlebars are a lot higher up. But this is a pretty comfortable position on this bike. One of the new things for me is that these cranks are made of carbon, and honestly, I don't know, that kind of makes me a little bit, I don't feel super comfortable with carbon cranks, but I'm sure they're strong. They're probably just as strong as metal cranks, but I've never ridden carbon cranks before, and they're comfortable. They're definitely light. They definitely snap backwards into this position really easily. They're kind of, I don't know, finicky or something like that, but I like them. They feel pretty comfortable. Right now for the pedals, I've got these MKS, this Japanese made kind of street fixed gear touring kind of pedal. It smells like a fixed gear track, not touring. But yeah, I think I did an earlier video about power grips and flat pedals and stuff like that. And so on this bike, I have the power grips on these MKS pedals. I find that the MKS is just the perfect platform for the power grips, and I rate the power grips for sure. Although I'll have to do a video soon about the Pedaling Innovations Catalyst pedal because they are really nice, and I think I do actually like them better than the power grips, surprisingly. One of the main reasons I love this SL3 right there, Tarmac SL3, one of the main reasons I love this Tarmac SL3 is because all of the cabling is on the outside of the bicycle. So you can see, like, this is the rear derailleur cable. It goes here, It kind of fits underneath the bike a little. You can see it right here. It's all external. At no point do the cables go inside of the frame. And cables going inside the frame is fine, but man, these external cables are so much easier to work on when you need to change one of the cables or inspect them, or if you need to change the housing. Like if I need to change this green housing right here, it's just so much easier to do if you don't have to thread the cables inside of the bike, etc. You can see that the other shifting cable right here, on the again, let's see, right here, again, on the outside of the frame. It's so convenient. Maybe these cables are less protected from corrosion, but honestly, it's just not going to matter. They're pretty durable, and it's not a big deal. So I've got all of the cables underneath the bar tape here, because the group, these shifters, there we go, focus. The shifters and the brakes and everything are Ultegra 6700. And with Ultegra 6700, they moved the cable from the side of the shifter right here. The cable used to go from the side of the shifter, the brake cable that is, from the side of the shifter just down to the, or maybe it was the shifter cable, I can't even remember. But anyway, one of the cables went from the side here to inside the frame and so on and so forth, or outside the frame. And then the other cable is underneath on the 6600. But on the 6700, the quote-unquote advantage was that all of the cables can be routed underneath the tape and kind of neatly fit here. So you got 2 brake cables, 2 shifting cables for 4 total cables, all very easy to fix. And of course, you can tell the ones that have been repaired recently or changed recently because I've got crazy colored stuff on them. The red and yellow housing. I apparently didn't need to replace these. When I'll replace them with crazily colored cabling because I think it looks better. And it also matches this nice little rainbow highlight here. So I think that's it. Yeah, pretty much. It's really been a wonderful bicycle. The Tarmac is kind of an aggressive racing geometry. By geometry, we're really talking about the all the different elements of the position of the seat post to the steer tube. So this is the steer tube, this is the seat post, etc. All of the interrelation between all the parts gives you a frame geometry, and some geometries can be very relaxed and suitable for kind of touring or more endurance riding. And then other geometries are more aggressive, more like a racing geometry. This one way of looking at geometry is just to observe like the shape of this triangle here between the seat, the seat stays and the chain stays here and the seat tube, this triangle right here, and to compare it to sort of the rhombus that's created by this triangle too. Sometimes you can observe kind of the distance between the wheels here. You can see how absolutely close this wheel is to the seat tubes. Pretty an aggressive way of doing things. But the Tarmac is comfortable as well. It's not like super racing geometry that's just gonna be really forward leaning and uncomfortable. And if you do find one of these bikes, I recommend it for sure. I bought this one for $500. In my opinion, an extremely good deal. And I believe this is a 2011. I can't remember. I should go, maybe when I post this video in the description, I'll put the year model on there. But yeah, with when you're looking at buying one of these older carbon frame bikes, you don't really have to be scared about the aggressive geometry. Usually endurance is better if that's your only bike, but the aggressive geometry can be tempered by lowering the seat a little bit, or making sure the handlebars come up a little bit with a stem that angles them upwards. And that's what I've done in this case. One thing you want to be careful of is don't buy a bike like this that has the stem all the way down against the steer tube without these spacers, because otherwise you won't have any space to keep your stem going higher or anything. Anyway, that's it for today. Just wanted to show you one of my bikes. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you soon.